Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we're going to be talking about the awesome Citadel arc.
Yes.
So we just literally just finished watching this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we've seen it many times, but if you didn't know, we actually have full watch-alongs with commentary, sometimes midnight ramblings on Patreon, where we go through this because we've been going through the entire Clone Wars animated series, arc by arc, episode by episode. I don't know. Yeah, in chronological order. We had this whole thing where it was like boom, 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 boom. But
it's a lot.
Citadel arc, 3 episodes in succession in season 3, 18, 19, and 20. Basically, the whole point is that on this planet Lola Sayu, there is this prison called the Citadel, which was a former fallen Jedi prison that the Separatists have taken over.
Mm-hmm.
And Jedi Master Evan Peel finds himself there.
He sure does.
With some others, and he has
including Tarkin.
Yeah, including Tarkin. You know, I mean, just from the show alone, it seems like he's turned, but it's not super explicit. But basically, they have this.
He's real buddy with Palps.
Tarkin and Evan Peel have this secret hyperspace lane info that's like super critical to the war, to where like
whoever has it,
Dooku and the Separatists and the Jedi and the Republic want it, because whoever's getting it is winning the war. And so the whole idea is we're going to bust into this impenetrable prison that kind of we made a long time ago, and we're going to break him out.
But what they don't know is the same guy's in charge of both sides, so he's going to win the war.
Yes.
He doesn't care who brings him the code.
Yeah, it's Palpatine again, a Palpatine grab for power. But what just overall thoughts? If we just start overall thoughts, and then we can just share maybe a thing or two that we each like,
mm-hmm.
and then just our overall recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Should people rewatch this or what? Is it critical to rewatch?
Overall, I think it's very entertaining. It's very well done. I loved the music and the different motifs that were woven through and how the music helped tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, it sounded so good on the headphones. Like just like you heard the sound would come in here and then out. Like it was just really cool. Because I haven't watched it with headphones, so that was a new experience. Highly recommend. But yeah, overall, I really liked it. I really liked the battle droids, the blue buds. I was very sad when they sacrificed. They said it was an honor to work with you, to R2.
Yeah.
I hit my heartstrings.
We want to see if we can get like a little figurine, if one exists,
yes.
of one. And if it doesn't, we can probably 3D print one. We don't have a printer, but like we know people who do. Can one printed and painted?
Yeah, I would love that.
My Blue Rogers. So
I loved the Blue Rogers. They're my pals. Or R2 is always awesome. It was very interesting to see Tarkin and Anakin's back and forth, and obviously knowing where the story goes for both of them. Just wondering the whole time if the mission was for learning or not.
Yeah,
that was my big question.
This mission's not for learning. It was like a key quote that was early in the arc that we carried through of our own volition. Yes. They carry it through, but maybe But
it was very intentional.
Yeah. No, I'm going to use that for sure. This mission's not for learning.
It's not for learning.
Yeah, one thing I thought was really cool, just like the sound design.
Beautiful.
You talked about the motifs, so like you get this really cool sound, like, and they put a lot of care into it. Yeah. I even wrote, at least for the last episode, I'd have to track the first 2. It was Kevin Kiner.
Great work, Kevin Kiner.
At least he did the score. I don't know if he oversaw like sound design. I'd have to like rewatch the credits and everything. But the score was fantastic. Sound design was on point. And you even had like, when they're going to Lola Sayu, the problem is that there's like life form detector. Mm-hmm. And so they have this idea, we're going to freeze ourselves in carbonite. Mm-hmm. And the blue buds, right? The B1 battle droids are going to take us frozen in carbonite. Cool. And when they're being unfrozen, it has to be the sound clip from Return of the Jedi. Like when I'm like, I hear just the sound of Han being, the carbonite melted or whatever.
And it's so refreshing to have like continuity.
It's almost 1 a.m. here.
Yeah. So that's refreshing, and just the honor of the original trilogy and pointing to it too. Yeah. Even with Tarkin as well.
Yeah, and you get the like Vader's theme and like these Imperial March motifs woven in at key points. Even have like the Wilhelm scream thrown in there. There's this really cool dialogue. Two points of really cool dialogue. One between Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka. And you're actually kind of seeing it. We talked on Patreon, like in the reaction, about how it seems like Anakin's always like a little bright in the Clone Wars, and so it can be like a little jarring sometimes to go from 2 to Clone Wars to 3. But this arc did actually really well in kind of painting that kind of like
slow transition.
Yeah, it did a really good job.
I mean, you could see like the doubt that he has and that he's wrestling with about the Jedi and stuff is starting to seep through. Yeah.
And it was great. There's a lot of death in this one. Yes. You have Charger, Echo, the Blue Buds, Evan Peel, Jedi Master Evan Peel. They all...
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've seen it at least once, and you're interested. It's also a very old show, so if you haven't seen it and you're watching this, I don't know.
Sorry.
But yeah, they all die differently, but this kind of key theme of like valor and honor is traced throughout the 3. And you see the juxtaposition even of the Separatists, where they're droids, right? But it's just like mindless killing.
Right.
Even killing the clones. You're worthless. But then on the other side, every life, even, they don't necessarily show that respect, but you even see like the B1s that are on the other side, that have really been, I guess, taken onto the Republic side for this mission or whatever. Even they have this concept of like dying honorably.
Right.
So it's really cool to see that juxtaposition between good and evil. I think it's great. I think kind of the 2 last things for me that were interesting. So I mentioned it. I think it'd be a good, analysis, but I don't know that I have the time to do it. But to see how pivotal this arc is for Ahsoka, because essentially she kind of sneaks on and lies, and she's kind of like there, and they're kind of like talking down about her, but they're like, well, she's here, so we just need to like utilize her. Right. And then at the end, she becomes like the most critical and the most serious, and like she's really thrust into the depths of like the brutality of war. But then she's trusted by Jedi Master Evan Peel with the very information that he was willing to die for, and gives it to her.
Right.
And she holds it and won't give it up to the Chancellor, to Palpatine at the very end. So that was really cool. And then, you have Dooku in this. That's actually another random thing. Like you just have like a lot of people. But I think that the last thought I had was like this. I don't know if it's I haven't played like the Clone Wars or Clone Wars Republic Heroes or whatever it is. This would make a great video game, or a great video game level.
Yeah.
It seemed like just the action and kind of adventure of it seemed like it'd be really, really good. With that, overall thoughts, would you say if somebody's like rewatching, kind of where would you place this? Like, should they watch it if they have time? Should they skip it? Is this like a critical, like a must watch?
I think it's critical, yeah. Just because of the back and forth between Tarkin and Vader, and deepening their character development. Yeah. And it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It makes you laugh. It almost made me cry. So it's good storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe critical is the wrong word. Essential. Maybe that's the better one. Yeah, I think I would deem it essential as well. Honestly, yeah, it was pretty good. Especially for Clone Wars. I really like the Clone Wars a lot. Love it. This one is a standout.
Yes.
I remembered parts of it, but I didn't remember everything. So rewatching it was really, really cool. But with that, come to the end of this big overview of it. We do literally watch this and give commentary, all that fun stuff. And so, yeah, if you would like to check that out and to support the channel, even support some of the kind of the bigger things we'll be announcing soon that are actually being funded kind of by this channel. One, YouTube just refuses to let anything good live on this channel. And so we've decided we'll take it into our own hands and go to Patreon. So yeah, there's that. But if you want to watch it all with us, you can. It's there. We'll be doing this for every arc, and because it just makes the most sense for our flow. But with that, we are 2 Star Wars nerds, May the Force be with you always.
Always.